two friends went missing while they were on their way to do a land appraisal near German County, Illinois. They disappeared without a trace, and the case went cold for about 48 years until a car was spotted by fishermen in an Illinois river in 1976. Everett Hawley was a 72-year-old man and a resident of Stockton, Illinois. Clarence Owens was 65 years old and lived in Freeport, Illinois. These two men were good friends and business partners in the field of real estate. Both were family men. Everett's wife's name was Etha, and the couple had one son. Clarence was divorced and a father of 3 sons. Everett was the former manager of the Federal Land Bank Association in Freeport. He was 6'6" and weighed about 250 lbs. Clarence was about 5'8" and 200 lbs. Most people in town still refer to Clarence by his childhood nickname for Jumbo. He worked his entire life in real estate and land development. On February 19, 1976, the two men attended a late-morning political rally for gubernatorial candidate James R.C. Thompson in downtown Pecatonica. They had pie and coffee at a nearby cafe, stopped at a farm auction west of Byron in Ogle County, and were planning to do a land appraisal near German Valley in Stevenson County, but never showed up. They were spotted at the old Leo Borgman farm on Pecatonica Road between 2:30 and 3:00 p.m. Witnesses reported seeing the men there walking the grounds. Just before that, they stopped by Clarence's son's home in Pecatonica. His son Jim was not home. The men spoke briefly with Jim's wife, Donna. Clarence was driving that day in his gold 1966 Chevrolet Impala. For nearly 50 years, the car was never spotted, resold, or relicensed. The families of Clarence and Everett reported them missing the next morning on February 20 because both men were well known in the Pecatonica area and had no known enemies. The authorities initially believed they would return before long. When they failed to do so, a large search involving several police and fire agencies was conducted but turned up. The only notable clue over the years has been the fact that there has been no activity in either men's bank account after they were last seen. There was at least one sighting of a gold sedan, and a pair of horn-rimmed glasses similar to those worn by Clarence were found alongside an area road. The car sighting did not check out, and the lenses on the glasses found on the roadside did not match Clarence's prescription. 48 years later, on March 11, 2024, around 2:30 p.m., crews used a crane to pull a 1966 Chevrolet Impala sedan from the Pecatonica River near the corner of East 1st and Washington Streets in Pecatonica. Fishermen spotted the vehicle at the bottom of the river using a sauna fish binder a few days earlier. The police quickly confirmed that it was the Impala owned by Clarence Owens by verifying its gold paint at a local body shop. When the car was pulled out of the river, authorities recovered more than 100 human bones belonging to 2. The bones included at least one femur and a temporal bone. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office and the Winnebago County Coroner's officers were in the process of identifying the remains and launched a search for more bones. DNA extracted from the bones was compared with DNA profiles from the men's relatives to identify them. Before the DNA testing, the remains were examined by a forensic anthropologist in St. Louis, Missouri, who found no evidence of trauma. The investigators reported that various personal items were recovered from the Impala, items they hoped would help them identify the skeletal remains. In September 2024, DNA testing performed by the Illinois State Police Division of Forensic Services confirmed that the remains belonged to Clarence Owens and Everett Hawley, who went missing in 1976. Winnebago County Sheriff Gary Quana said in a statement, "This brings us one step closer to providing closure to the families of Clarence Owens and Everett Hawley, who have waited many years for answers that have been affected by this tragic case." Winnebago County Coroner Jennifer Moraski said that how the two men lost their lives is still unknown, but no foul play is suspected. Sheriff Quana said, "This is a testament to the dedication and perseverance of our detectives and forensic experts. It is a reminder that no case is ever truly closed, no matter how much time has passed.